My mom has a photo of me in a red shirt wearing a little chef's hat. I'm standing on a step stool rolling out dough. It didn't occur to me at the time how much food would end up shaping my life. In elementary school, I began my cooking journey by making tuna melts. Anytime that my mom was in the kitchen, I would stand right behind her, watching every move she made. I was lucky that she happened to be an excellent cook. She could follow the recipes, but she also added her own touch, which I always thought made the recipes better. As I got older, I slowly started helping her in the kitchen by chopping onions and measuring ingredients, before eventually taking over, completing a full dish on my own. I had shown enough interest in cooking that my mom signed me up for a cooking class in Pasadena. I thought that it would be set up where everyone would have an instructor, but it ended up being more of a group type of cooking. We were divided into groups of 3 or 4 people and were given one dish to create as a team. The members of my team worked together and then we all added our own little touches to the dish. For example, the recipe might have said to add salt, and someone on the team might have chose to add pepper instead. In the class I learned that, I just lost myself. In class I learned that the people had an impact on the outcome of the dish, the actual ingredients. Each member brought his or her own personality and culture to the dish. Another experience that shaped my appreciation for cooking was travels. When I was 5 years old, I took my first solo flight from LA to Portland. My mom had met me at the airport, and immediately we went to Papa Haydn's for a good old bowl of clam chowder. Portland is a mecca for food, and it has hip culture, and you can taste the food in it. For example, there is a great restaurant called Pine State Biscuit in the center of the Arts District. Each morning they make the biscuits fresh, following the philosophy of no measuring for making them. Biscuits making is an art. No 2 biscuits are ever made the same, but that's what makes it special. All that matters is the biscuit goes into the oven, it rises up, and you can stick a piece of fried chicken on it. Watching these bakers reinforce the idea making food is not about measuring and how much flour goes into it, but rather the heart and soul that you put into the dish. This summer, the summer of my freshman year, I took a trip to Europe. My mom was looking forward to all the amazing cities we were going to see, but all I could think about was the food. I have always heard it's amazing and I was eager to try. I traveled to Italy and was worried about the language barrier because we were planning to take a cooking class in Florence. I learned that the language you speak doesn't matter. Cooking has its own language. When I arrived at my class, I was greeted by a sweet old Italian woman who didn't speak a lick of English. I wondered how it would turn out, or if it would just be boring because we didn't know what she was saying, but I couldn't have been more wrong. The food brought us together in a way that I had never imagined. The artistry in the kitchen came out, and it didn't matter that we came from different backgrounds and cultures and that we spoke different languages. We all spoke the language of cooking. We all know how to add salt, chop a tomato, so when it came to that, it was simple to make the dish. In the end, our dish was not strictly Italian, since we added an American touch of adding more garlic than any Italian says we should ever add. Throughout the rest of my trip, I continued to travel to France, Ireland, and England. I could feel how special food was to them culturally and socially. People here in America tend to interact in small groups over a home-cooked meal, but in Europe it's much more common to see everyone coming together at restaurants. They are more commonly at tables where you can share foods and conversations, and that is one way I think it brings everyone together over there. Part of the process is very specific, that it feels more to me like American cooking. I brought some of the European attitude home with me and introduced it to my meat-smoking buddy, Scott. We made this a very social experience, open to trying new things, as we traveled throughout Los Angeles hunting for great new restaurants and butcheries. Whether you can cook or not, everyone can find something to do to contribute to the process, even if it means just standing around in the kitchen, helping the cooks. As I begin the next chapter in college, I won't be afraid to meet new people and share my love of cooking and help me connect with new people. Thank you. Scott, it's still crazy to think we hated each other freshman year, because I feel like we're more than brothers now, and I can't wait to dine at Scott's Smokehouse when you're older. Oh boy. Spencer, words cannot describe how thankful I am for everything you've done for me. Whether it was working over the weekends or over all of our spring breaks, and I will be forever thankful for everything you've taught me. Mr. Ito, thanks for being a great advisor. Isabel, I can ask for a better girlfriend, thank you, love you. Tech crew, all of you guys are amazing up there. We couldn't have done it without all of you, and I can't wait to see what the rest of the shows are like this year. Tom, good luck. Dre, here's that shout out you asked for, and Miss K, you've taught me everything I know about photography, and I couldn't be more thankful. I no longer sit there and just snap photos for no reason. And finally, Mom and Dad, thank you for sending me to RHP. I can't imagine what public school would have been like. I don't think I would have survived. I love you and thank you for everything you guys do for me. Thank you.